They published another image of the comet. 3 and Atlas confirmed that the space object, known as 3I for being the third interstellar comet, and Atlas being the observatory that supposedly saw it, has surprised again since it seems to have changed shape. According to these observations from November 10th reported by Rai Astrophotography, who captured this bright green light, rounded and without a visible tail. Some people claim that this comet has been changing shape several times in the last 7 days, something that continues to generate speculation. What could it be? Unlike previous observations, this time there are no signs of disintegration, and this really draws a lot of attention. There is no cometary tail, which fuels alternative theories. The astronomical community remains divided. Some believe it could be an unusual active comet, but others suggest it is something much bigger. Moving through deep space, the green pulsating glow suggests interaction with high-energy particles or even with unknown electromagnetic fields. According to what the astrophotographer who captured the image said, he stated, "This doesn't look like anything I've seen before. My team, well, more and more observatories and more professionals in the field are following this comet. Some theories suggest that this could have an artificial interstellar origin, while others say it's simply a natural exotic structure, but it's just a strange matter. Or is the important thing to keep observing and gathering information, considering how extraordinary Atlas 13 has been. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, although it hasn't issued an official statement, we mentioned a moment ago that it requested a meeting with the United States government. We'll see if this meeting happens, and hopefully some information will be released about what's going on with the comet. Thousands of amateur observers around the world have already joined in and are reporting the object. They say that the movement they see, at least through their more amateur telescopes, let's say, they claim that the movement they see is erratic, that it doesn't flow like they've normally seen with other comets. At least this makes them feel it's like the Comet, right? At least, I mean, I don't know who or what this is due to. But its movement is erratic according to amateur observers. People around the world have reported it that way. Which could also be strange, since natural bodies that have been observed on other occasions move in a more solid way. This kind of news has obviously caused and that's the positive part, that there is an excitement towards the study of astronomy, towards the study of astrophysics, of photography itself, of space photography. And that's, well, impressive. They have also made us reflect on those possibilities of contact that could happen someday, or what would happen if not. What would happen if we were to be visited? And I think this reflection is important to have in astronomical forums, which, by the way, we are following a lot. A lot of things are being speculated, like whether the object is maneuvering or if it's simply being affected by unknown forces. Because the force of the sun, gravity, isn't affecting it. On the contrary, it even moved away from the sun, which is something really unusual. Instead of being pulled in by the sun, by gravity, remember, the sun's gravity is very powerful and attracts objects, even if only slightly. It should have changed its path toward the sun, but instead it did the opposite. It moved away. That's an interesting topic, isn't it? Another thing is that this phenomenon comes at a time when interest in space exploration has skyrocketed, right? And we're already talking about multiple companies reaching space. It's no longer just governments that used to go to space before, but now there are more and more companies like Blue Origin, like SpaceX itself, but even companies from other countries that are also doing it. Private companies in China are already going to space. Yes, there's a lot of progress. As the end of November approaches, we will be seeing many more images of this, he says. What Rice Astrophotography showed, well, it shows once again something extraordinary. The erratic movement. Again, the lack of a tail, but at the same time, it looks solid. It doesn't look like it has disappeared, nor does it look smaller. It's supposed to be about to disappear because of the amount of material it released recently in that extremely long tail, right? because of these jets that have also been appearing, all these jets that have been appearing from new anti-tails, well, they will generate more information. Now, as it progresses, more spectroscopic data is expected to be obtained between today and December 19th. More spectroscopic data that will help clarify its nature, its light spectrum, lets us see what elements it has, right? Oh, look, a lot of carbon monoxide. 2 is coming out. By the way, this comet is known for releasing a lot of carbon monoxide. 2, right? So as we move forward, we'll see to what extent this is an anomaly. The funniest part is that now we even have Boris, right? The other comet, not interstellar, but almost interstellar, because it comes from the edge of the Oort cloud, almost at the exit, let's say, of the Oort cloud. Then that's also another thing that draws attention and has generated a lot of expectations on this topic. It also catches my attention, speaking of strange things, right? But these objects, lights, I don't know what to call them, appear again in Bocatepec. In this Mexican volcano, once again a bright object appears that seems to fly over the volcano before then moving away at full speed. The huge object is apparently watching the volcano very closely right next to it, where the smoke, the steam, whatever is coming out, obviously from these gases that appear there in the volcano. On some occasions, according to what is being reported right now, it happened between Moreros and Pueblo at this Bocatepec volcano. He is captured by the images. Images normally, or German, right? Dage? Really, well, systems that are there constantly transmitting 24 hours a day. And that show at an approximate altitude of 17,800 feet approximately from the volcano. From the ground level to the point where the object is, it seems to be 17,800 feet according to the experts. At the time of publication, its origin is unknown. What layer, what object, what kind of thing or scene of that size could be flying over this volcano? The National Center for Disaster Preparedness reported that there have been small, low-intensity eruptions lately, around 19, including gas emissions, steam, and ash. And on those same days, this curious sighting appeared. Sightings have been observed and reported for many years now. Some that even multiple objects enter and exit the crater. That too, well, it's really surprising. But anyway, that's enough about the comet. Let's move on to other matters. We'll be right back. Here, I'll leave you with more information and updates about what's happening in the world.